everyone. I am here today to share with you all about how week 19 and week 20 of my pregnancy has gone. Overall, the last couple of weeks have gone really well. I do have some new symptoms that I will share with you guys just a little bit later on in this video. But first, let's go over baby's size and food aversions and cravings. So in week 19, baby was the size of a mango, and in week 20, baby was the size of a banana. Food aversions have slightly decreased this week, or these last 2 weeks. It's still there, they're just not as strong. I still will find myself occasionally feeling really hungry, but not feeling like eating anything at the same time. So just a little decrease in that, but it's still there. Food cravings. I have had one craving during week 20. It was completely random, which I assume most cravings are at random. But I was at the grocery store, and for some reason the thought of having homemade guacamole and kettle cooked potato chips sounded so good. So I grabbed avocados and cilantro and lime and jalapeno and all the ingredients I needed, and I got home and made myself a huge bowl of guacamole and ate it with kettle cooked potato chips, which is just weird to me because I always eat salsa and guac with tortilla chips, but for whatever reason that day I only wanted kettle cooked potato chips, and I ate it all. I think I honestly ate too much, but while I was eating it, it tasted amazing. Unfortunately afterwards I felt so sick. I thankfully didn't throw up, but I felt like I was going to throw up. Since then, I have not had a craving for that combination of guacamole and potato chips. It was just a one-time thing, but yeah, so finally experienced my first food craving this pregnancy. So symptoms these last 2 weeks, I have had some recurring symptoms and others have been new to me this pregnancy. Still experiencing nasal congestion and allergies. I think that's just something I'm going to deal with throughout my entire pregnancy. During week 20 in particular, I've noticed a slight increase in my appetite. I wouldn't say that I'm hungry all of the time, but I've noticed that I am becoming more and more hungry. In particular, every day during week 20, I've woken up at around 4:30 a.m. and I have felt so hungry. It's not just like, oh, I'm starting to feel hungry. It's like I'll wake up and I need to eat like right away. And some of those mornings I have tried to force myself back to sleep, and then other times I just can't go back to sleep. I have to get up and have a piece of toast or something. John made the suggestion this morning actually that I need to keep like bananas or crackers or just some sort of snack on my nightstand. That way if I do wake up again at 4:30, I can just munch on something really quick and not have to get out of bed if I don't want to, which is obviously a really good point. So I need to make it a point to do that and have some snacks available for me. And then along with that, usually I don't eat past like 7 o'clock at night. We eat dinner kind of early, like around 5 or 5:30. And then I usually don't eat past 7 or 7:30. But this week, again, I have felt more hungry like around 8 or 9 o'clock. And it's not the kind of hunger I can ignore. It's like strong, like I must eat right now. So at that time of night, I'll usually have like a bowl of cereal or something, nothing too heavy or crazy. So that has been interesting. The last 2 weeks, there have been 3 different nights where I have been woken up by cramps in my calf muscle, which if you ever experienced that, you know how uncomfortable that is. I know it's very, very common at this point in pregnancy to be experiencing that. I am making sure I'm drinking tons and tons of water every day. And so I don't think it's a sign of dehydration. These last 2 weeks, I've also continued to experience just aches and pains, mostly in my hips and my lower back and even my ribs. And then again, my belly is definitely growing and stretching, and so I've been feeling just uncomfortable. I feel pregnant. I finally can say, like, now that I'm just about 21 weeks, I feel pregnant. I can tell my body is changing, and I think so far I've gained around a total of 15 pounds, which I've said this before, I'm not too focused on the weight gain. I know I'm going to gain weight. I'm growing another human. My body is changing. So I'm not obsessing over the number on the scale by any means. But I can definitely notice that my body is changing and growing, and it's all for one amazing purpose, and that is exactly what I'm trying to focus on. Is as long as overall I'm healthy, and so far as we can tell this baby is healthy, then it'll all be worth it in the end. But yeah, I definitely feel pregnant, and I've noticed some changes in my body, but I'm just embracing all of that. So something new that has happened the last couple of weeks, it's actually been in the works for quite some time now, but everything finally got sorted out. I switched to a new doctor. I have a new OB at a completely different hospital, and I could not be happier that I decided to switch. I was being seen at a military hospital, or sorry, it wasn't even a hospital, it was just a clinic. And there wasn't anything in particular that happened that was bad. It was more just like this feeling that I had from my very first appointment. I didn't feel 100% confident in my doctor or in the facility, and John felt the same way. And I don't know, it was just like this gut feeling of I don't want to stay here for the entirety of my pregnancy. I don't want to give birth here. It was just kind of this weird feeling that I had, and thankfully I had the opportunity to switch to a civilian doctor at an outside hospital. So that's what I did, and all the referrals and everything finally got sorted out and approved. So just a few days ago I met with my new OB, and she was really, really nice. The office that I went to was super nice and clean and organized, and everyone I had talked to, all the nurses and the staff, and everyone was just so nice. My doctor just seemed very thorough, and she listened to everything I had to say, all of my questions and concerns, and yeah, I'm really happy that I had the opportunity to switch over to a new doctor. And this coming Monday, I have my anatomy scan at the hospital. So in my next pregnancy update, which will be week 21, I will, of course, let you guys know all about how that went. I'm feeling a little nervous. I know the anatomy scan is the big level 2 ultrasound that they do to make sure that everything is okay with baby, and that their heart and their organs and the brain, like everything is developing properly. I'm just feeling a little bit of nerves with that. I'm just praying that everything is okay. I am excited to see him and see how much he's grown. And I know during this ultrasound they give more in-depth measurements to everything, so I'm really curious to see how big he is, and hopefully he's still measuring on track for a due date of March 18th. And yeah, I'm feeling nervous, but also really excited to get to see our baby again. So now is the time I will share with you an update on my bump. It is growing more and more every single day. When I was at the grocery store last week, one of the ladies who was backing up my groceries made the comment about me being pregnant. She asked when I was due, and I was just so shocked in an exciting way that she noticed that I was pregnant. I was super happy to answer that question. She's the one and only person that has like publicly made the observation that I am pregnant. So that was just kind of exciting. But yeah, the belly and the bump, it's definitely growing, and I need to start looking at purchasing more maternity clothes, because the maternity jeans that I got earlier on in my pregnancy, unfortunately one pair like does not fit at all anymore, and the other one is getting to be a bit uncomfortable. So I need to go out and find more maternity pants, and I think I'm doing okay on shirts so far, but definitely need to find more comfortable pants, because this bump is not getting any smaller, it's just going to keep growing. So I need to make sure that I have clothes that I can fit into that are comfortable. So that is all of the update I have for you guys for these last couple of weeks. If you are in week 19 or week 20 of your pregnancy, leave me a comment down below and let me know how you are feeling. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video very soon. Bye!